Being a street musician is not hitting the bottom. In some ways, it can be the beginning of a whole new world for you.
When I first came to Memphis, I heard about Junior Kimbrough, a legendary blues musician who ran a juke joint about 45 minutes south of Memphis. I went to North Mississippi to hear him play, but his health was declining and he rarely made appearances anymore. You got a brand new dance. Well, it's all up under my skin. You don't need you no red dress. Well, just a pint full of gin. He died before I had a chance to meet him, but his music changed my life forever. I ended up playing at his juke joint every Sunday night for nearly 2 years, learning hill country blues from many of the people who created the genre.
I didn't know that the place was going to become such a big part of my life when I first started playing. But Kenny, Junior's son, said, "Look, Rick, I'll play in a band with you, but you got to come down here every Sunday night and play at the juke joint." He'd go, "I don't care where we go on Friday, I don't care where we go on Saturday, but we got to be back on Sunday to play here at the juke joint." And so it was a mandatory part of my life, and it stayed that way for almost a couple of years. And one night, I think it was a Tuesday night, Kenny called me up and said, "Man, the juke joint's on fire. And there's nothing we can do."
I'm going down south, going down south, nothing in the city. I ain't already seen 10 miles out of town, 10 miles out of town, 10 miles out of town. I found a Sally key, got a brand new dance. Well, it's all up under my skin.
After the fire destroyed Junior's, I came back to Memphis with all I had left. One acoustic guitar and a heart full of hill country blues.
Yeah, there's a little juke joint on in the trees. They play your blues, make you crawl over your knees. Little juke joint on in the trees. They play them blues and make you crawl your knees.
Hill country blues is unstructured and unpredictable. It's a rhythm-oriented approach to music with a stripped-down primal beat and a droning melody. The droning melody is repeated over and over with slight variations, so it becomes hypnotic and draws you in.
Give me some love, Beale Street, come on! Come on, come on! Come on, come on, come on! All right, all right!
It's trance music that relieves stress and makes you want to dance.
I remember when I was just 13 years old, I'd had a guitar for all but 3 years. And as soon as I found out how to make 2 strings drone, I did it all day long. I took my thumb and I droned, and then I'd pick a rhythm up with my other fingers. And my friends told me that style was going nowhere.
Richard's cigar box is the first one I ever saw. It sounded like a nuclear bomb.
Meeting John Lowe resulted in the creation of the perfect instrument to make a hypnotic droning sound.
He likes to say that he was the jet pilot and I was the mad scientist.
You might not have time to bid your baby very well.
somehow he came in here and he saw my instruments, and he said, well, I'm Richard Johnston. Why don't you just give me one of these and I'll tell people about it? And I said, well, you know, I can't really give them away. But then he found another angle. He said, well, why don't you come play with me on Tuesday nights at the Poplar Lounge? We have a hill country night, and you can play some sets. So he appealed to my vanity. I was just starting my performance career, and it was a step up from the open mic nights. So I went in and started playing with my two-string, and I'd play the low bow, and Richard would, you know, after Richard, play a long set with his dobro and his strat.
It seems like everybody that's important in my life has added a flavor to me that I didn't have before I met them. And the flavor that John's brought into my life would be chaos.
And then one day he came in the store and he saw this one hanging on the wall and said, why don't you move those necks together and make the scale the same so I can play bass and guitar at the same time? And I said, well, that's kind of a silly idea, but sure, I'll make it.
So they can dance. That's kind of what my show's all about. So let me control it. What you think about that? Thank you. Life was my pillow, gold brown, in my bed. Well, you know you treated me so good. Well, you know like my heart was full. I was strong. Well, you treated me like my heart was strong. Well, you treated me like my heart was strong. Mama said that I had no way of getting along. so much.
Now that I have the chance to go out and play around the world and play at festivals and go to different cities, of course I'm taking that opportunity and I'm going around and I'm doing select shows here and there. But I don't do many club shows. If I don't have a festival, I'm right back where I started on Beale Street.
Go down on Beale Street any Friday or Saturday night and you'll see who has the biggest crowd. He'll have more people standing around him than any headliner can have at BB King's. Everyone kind of thought if you're playing on the street, you're not good enough to play in my club. Well, he's reversed that. Now he's too good to play for the clubs.
Bearing in mind, I really didn't feel myself to be a commodity to the major labels. I went ahead and started to work with what I had, which was access to a lot of people on Beale Street. By using the internet and collecting email addresses, I've created a fan base.
If you come to my show and like what you see, the internet gives us a way to stay in touch directly.
It's a kind of a Horatio Alger story, the way he was able to be focused on his art to the point of succeeding. His mission was to come to Memphis and succeed as a bluesman, and he did a pretty good job of that. He's changed some. He gets more money, but he's still the same Richard.
I'm relatively sure of some things, and that is that I'm going to continue to put out albums and continue to make music. And if I had any advice for anyone out there that wanted to play music, it's just to work hard, stay independent, and stay on the internet.
Well, I was driving in my car, one headlight out. Memphis police spotted the man, he had to check it out. Yeah, your license much too old, that ain't no Pontiac. Just slide on in the back of my car. Slide on in the back. Well, quick book shouted and I was so they rushed me to the station house. Now try to make money in Tennessee. I'm telling you, Shelby County policemen, they smell like businessmen to me. Give me some love, Beale Street, come on.
The Shelby County courthouse down here in Memphis, Tennessee, that is notorious for being a revenue-raising machine. I sing about it. Everybody in town, including the cops, like the song.
Oh, now listen to me, people, try and understand. You can't get good from me, but it makes us do the best you can. Wanna tell you, people, try and understand. You can't get good from evil. You can't get good from evil. Listen to me, people, try and understand. You can't get good from evil. You can't get good from evil. No, when they beat us at the station house, you best not shout it out too loud. But I'm telling you, Shelby County Courthouse. Shelby County Courthouse. Shelby County Courthouse. The whole goddamn bit of get kissed by ass.
Arguably, I have to eliminate major stardom from my future, but I can also I can count on some things that 80 or 90% of the musicians out there can't, and that's being able to buy a home and send my kids to college, have health insurance, and to keep playing music for as long as I really want to.
I don't care how many wheat people come down, Richard and Kenny was my favorite. Richard, he pretty good.
I love him so much. I don't know, when it rains, I just think about him. He ought to be on the road somewhere coming down here.
You just like a brother.
Everybody thinks the blues is dying, but the best of it is yet to come, as far as I'm concerned. Heroes like Mississippi Fred McDowell and pioneers like Rainey Burnett and their next generation, Junior Kimbrough, R.L. Burnside, Jesse May Hemphill, and all of the Hemphills, the fife and drum music, it gives me hope that a whole new style of blues is on the horizon, and I'm really proud to be a part of that culture.
And I was with a friend of mine walking down Beale Street. And I was kind of getting toward the end, and I said, wonder what's going on over there? I thought it was a fight. I've never seen so many people in my life. Well, I couldn't, it was so noisy on Beale Street, I couldn't hear anything at that time. I said, let me go see what's going on with this big crowd. So when I got there, I said, that's Richard playing. And I've heard that it's that way every time you go down Beale Street. The crowd will be where Richard Johnston is. And that guy's, he really puts a feeling in you with those blues. He'll make a crippled man walk.
I play the drums with my feet and the guitar with my hands, the bass with my thumb for a reason. I believe in that simplicity, and I do it because I want to master the simple. I want to play music that I can play when I get 80 years old and just freak my great-grandkids out.
Y'all, I hope you like it. This is one of y'all.
Memphis is known the world over for its music, in particular for Elvis Presley as the home of the blues and the birthplace of rock and roll. Memphis is a vibrant and colourful city whose wealth was built on the cotton industry, which, at its peak, produced nearly half of America's output. The cotton industry in the early part of the last century employed mainly black farm workers whose lives were shaped by the industry, and it was from those cotton fields that the blues was born, and the famous Beale Street was where it was played and recorded. Today, Beale Street is still regarded as the centre of the blues, and behind the facade of tacky souvenir shops and theme bars, it still produces prodigious blues men and women. Memphis in May, or as the locals call it, the Beale Street Music Festival, is an annual event which celebrates the rich musical heritage of the city. Now in its 30th year, the festival lines up megastars alongside equally talented but lesser-known musicians. The turning point in Richard Johnston's career came in 1998, after a year of busking on Beale Street. Johnston then began his apprenticeship at the great Junior Kimbrough's juke joint, immersing himself in North Mississippi hill country blues and playing with many legends. At the festival, he was joined by one of them, Jessie Mae Hemphill. Jessie is a native of Senatobia, Mississippi, and, as with most blues musicians, she learned to play guitar just by watching her older relatives.
She said, play it, play it, play it.
I can tell the world that Jessie Mae was a standard for women in her area. She was the essence of liberation. She did something nobody in northern Mississippi that was female had ever done. You want all the female players that you find are from the south of Mississippi, from the Delta, but Jessie Mae stands alone as the only and most famous hill country female player that knows how to burn asses like Junior Kimbrough and R.L. Burnside.
Hello, everybody! Here comes the chicken in the gravy. Yeah? Oh, this baby, don't you cry. Mama gonna cook you a blackberry pie. Oh, little baby, don't you cry. Mama gonna cook you apple pie. I take that drum and throw that drum on my knee and beat that drum and go round and round with it. And Mama and them would be laughing down because they know that I was going to do it. But they just beat, you know. They wouldn't do like me. I just be fast with it. And my granddad would be blowing that fire. Sure.
Jessie Mae is gonna be back down in Senatobia, Mississippi, cooking them cheddar pies and them blackberry pies. Jessie Mae.
Partially paralysed by a stroke in 1994, which stopped her playing the guitar, Jessie Mae is the tough, tenacious blueswoman from Central Casting, and with the help of Richard Johnston, she's still a force to be reckoned with.
I remember I said that I would sing poo-poo song, that I put poo-poo to sleep with that song. And I said, I'll sing her song for you then. And that's what I sung. Go to sleep, little baby, and Mama gonna cook you some chicken and gravy. Then cause she loved chicken and gravy. Go to bed, little baby. Mama gonna cook some chicken and gravy. Go to bed, little baby. Mama gonna fix some steak and gravy.
So I just came in with an answer to her call. And it was almost natural, it was reflexive for me to bring in the daddy part of the song. And it was kind of like June Carter and Johnny Cash getting together. It was in a country blues format.
Go to bed, little baby. Daddy gonna love you till the break of day. Go to bed, little baby. Daddy gonna love your trouble away.
I had a stroke 5 years ago. And the first instrument I played was with Richard, with a tambourine. I played that with him, and I've been playing tambourine, you know, and going around to places, playing it, places singing church songs, still playing the tambourine. that give me the nut and make me feel good. See? That's what I call a friend, make you feel good. I was just hating I couldn't play the guitar, you know. And so he got me playing the tambourine. I feel good about that. And now I carry it everywhere with me and play tambourine on kind of Richard Johnston.
She can sit there and sing with a tambourine and light up a nation. She's fantastic.
Well, Richard was living in his car, and they stole his clothes out of his car, and right before the contest, he was sleeping on a friend's couch a lot.
All the while the blues ain't nothing but a hungry spell.
All of a sudden, he wasn't around. Where'd Richard Johnston go? Well, a couple years later, he comes back to town, a monster. He had been down at Junior Kimbrough's joint.
I got the dog in me.
Hallo. Even een situatieschets. Peer vorig jaar. Stroomonderbreking tijdens zijn concert. Hij speelde door, ging in het publiek spelen en jullie vonden dat geweldig. En daarom mag je nu terugkomen. Een paar trefwoorden nog. Straatmuzikant, Beale Street, Memphis, Tennessee. Gone around the world. The craziest fucking one-man band in the world. Hier is Richard Johnston.
Yeah, I saw a lizard with a rock crawling from the wood. The lizard took the rock in hand and it threw it in the hood. All the day and all the night, smoking without sleep. To that flat road, that time, living in the street. One thing I can tell you, if it does you any good, you see I the one that put the crack out in the hood. See, I the one that put the crack out in the hood. The CIA, the one that put the crack out in the hood. Yeah. All right. Cars replace freedom, and jewels replace look, and bars replace safety, and bells replace book, and saying I love you replaces the feelings that die.